Forgot to say I did mess up qualifying too, so they only have one lap.
Welcome to the Bluegrass Iracing series, everyone. Thank y'all for joining in tonight as we are here in Sonoma Valley, California for another road course race here on the Xfinity series schedule. See here, we're with Alex Penn. We have a lot of drivers in here tonight. We're all ready for some good old-fashioned racing here in Sonoma. Remember, this road course has been on the schedule for about over 20 years now. And we're still racing here today, compared to Chicago, where it's really our first time racing on it. Remember, we've done a few road courses. We've done Mid-Ohio and Chicago street course, both of them claimed by this man right here, Alex Penn. And he's been really fast. He's talked about Finley Fitzsimmons driving, though, and Finley Fitzsimmons is here tonight. The 5 machine right there, Finley Fitzsimmons, he'll be someone to watch for. Sean Kostritza out on track tonight in that 46 machine. Sean's looking to gain a few positions here tonight in the point standings. We'll show standings here after qualifying. These drivers only one lap of qualifying tonight, as y'all might have heard a little bit earlier. But Sean Kostritza right now sitting 21st in points. He's going to need a good night here tonight. Tony Iverson here tonight right now. Ben Speed also racing in that 29 machine. I'm out on the track in the 08, but be watching this guy right here, Alex Penn. He's been the man on the road courses. We'll see if he can claim another one tonight, but again, he's talked about how fast Finley Fitzsimmons is, so we'll have to see if they have anything to say about it. Mike Kostick. Remember, Mike's been very quick at road courses no matter where you go, and we'll have to see he maybe has anything here at Sonoma for these guys up front. See Finley Alex Penn, that is. And into the final paperclip chicane corner. It is all 3 of those things. Let's see where Alex Penn puts that 30 machine. Remember, only 1 lap. This is going to be the lap that counts. Lucas Lyons is going to go to the top of the board, but Alex Penn takes that over. Daniel Cunningham right now is going to run second, 1.4 seconds back. And Fitzsimmons at the line. Oh, that's a 4/100ths of a second gap as Alex Penn goes a 1:17.17. Finley Fitzsimmons is going to go 1:17.2. Pretty close lap times between them boys. Acacia out here. Him in that 28 machine. Man, him and Ben Speed. Ben Speed's in the 29, but they have like the exact same scheme. Both of them are teammates. Man, one of our guys, though, Mike Kostek, he's up there in 3rd. Runs about 0.8 off, but still pretty decent lap time put in by him. Tony Iverson's going to occupy that 9th place position with a 1:21.0. Nick Haisha at the line. Off track there, so his lap's not going to count. Scott Fritz. See where Scotty can put this car at right now. 14th in points. David Farmer run 4th in that 84 machine. That was 2nd behind. We'll watch Scott Fritz here. Scott Fritz off the final left-hand corner there, and he's going to hit the line. That's not going to count. Farmer still on track. We'll go on board here with Nick Haisha. If you look at the top right track map, you can see where we're located at right now. We are in the S's. Got to get hard on the gas right here, but it seems to get a little bit of oversteer. You can see it right there. Right here, you want to hit that apron as close as you can, then get all the way on that apron. Haitia's going to go wide here. See, that car just does not handle well in that corner. And then you go on the hairpin here. A hard 180-degree corner. You want to get all the way over those barrels as you can and slowly accelerate throughout the corner. If not, you try to hit the throttle too quick, the car's going to get really loose on you. And you can see it did that there to Haisha. Scott Fritz. We'll watch Scott Fritz POV here. You can see him in this S section. And you have this last little right-hand S, or part of the S's. He's going to go through the paper clip here. Remember, he's going to stick very tight to the barrels, just like that right there. That's exactly how you want to run this corner. Maybe a little bit easier on the gas, but nevertheless, that was a good corner there for Scott Fritz. Remember, this is not going to count, but this is going to at least be able to show us around the track here. See, lets off a little bit early, but you really want to get over to that yellow line over on the left-hand side, get down into second gear here, hug this curb, and then get off as straight as you can. Now getting tire spin. See, he's definitely really loose, but then you go through here. He enters a little bit too far left. You want to enter wide so you can set up that second part of that corner, and then he's going to go down here. And based off I'm usually used to the inside section, but basically you're going from turns 4 to 7 here, and he goes to 7 right there, and this is going into 8, but this will be turn 6 tonight. So here's turn 6. See him go off at turn 6. This is going to be one of the loosest parts of the track right here. Going downhill. It's not very grippy. It seems to get very loose, and then you kind of get through this S section nice and easy on the throttle, and then you want to gas it up. You want to go out to that curb on the left side to gain as much speed as you can, but you see Scott Fritz not able to carry that momentum. And down through the S's, the last little right-hand corner here, you want to go a little bit wider with more throttle. But again, you really just want to keep it on track. And Scott Fritz doing a good job of that. He shows us the way around the track as he gets loose. But thank you everyone for joining in tonight. Charlene, Lisa, hope y'all are doing good tonight. The owner himself, Jonathan Cofield's in here. JC Motorsports, welcome Jonathan. Hope that you enjoy the race tonight. All of you, make sure you hit that thumbs up button too. Always appreciate company in these streams. But here's Sonoma. I love Sonoma. One of my favorite road courses to go to. Jeez, Scott Fritz get a little bit loose there. This track is just so unique. And we'll go here, as you can see. We'll leave up the times, but you can really see this track and the elevation change. This is all downhill right here. And look at the big uphill climb into turn 1. Over 70 feet of elevation change just in that one corner. You see the drag strip in the middle of the track, and this really gives. We're at the start-finish line, level at start-finish line, and look how much higher. That corner's almost at the top of the grandstands and turn on the front straightaway. That's how high that turn 1 banking is. So a lot of be a lot of action here tonight. Especially, I believe, with Alex Penn and Finley Fitzsimmons. These guys really race hard at these road courses. See, they have anything to say tonight, and it looks like we are going to go ahead. Get ready here. I believe, see 1 minute left of qualifying. Looks like we're going to go straight into the race session. Everyone ready to go. And Alex Penn is going to get our pole tonight. Running that 1:17.17. Very quick time, too. I've been able to put a few practice laps at Sonoma this week in the Xfinity cars. And I can tell you 1:17 is pretty bad fast. So, good run by Alex Penn and Finley Fitzsimmons. Even Kostek and Farmer, they were up there running really good times. But really quickly, we start tonight's bout. We got to show y'all the grid. Alex Penn in that first position tonight qualifies on pole. Remember, he won last week at Iowa. He won both road courses earlier this season. Alex Penn looking to get his 5th win of the season. Finley Fitzsimmons needs a win. He's still in the playoffs right now in 15th, but not by a lot, so he's going to need a win tonight. Mike Kostek in 3rd, David Farmer 4th, Daniel Cunningham right now in 5th. He's had a very solid season in here in the trucks. Lucas Lyons 6th, Andy Kurt starting 7th tonight. Great qualifying from Andy. Ben Speed in 8th, another great qualifying session for Ben. Sean Kostritza puts it in the top 10 tonight. Watch out for that 46 machine. He definitely needs some points tonight. Tony Iverson in that 10th place position. Jason Bridges 11th, and Scott Fritz is going to qualify 12th tonight. A little bit down the field here. Jim Ott's going to be 13th. Justin Ray 14th. Jason Harrison 15th. Vacation in that 16th position. Brian Terry 17th, and Michael Cole. Michael will round out our field tonight really quickly while we're driving around here. to our point standings. You see Alex Penn right now on top with 4 wins. That's that last stat on the far right. If you have a win, you're in. James Allen second right now with 1 win. Daniel Cunningham, he's third, but he does not have a win, so not locked in, but basically locked in with points this far in the season. Jim Ott fourth with those 2 wins. Mike Kostek has a win there, or Dave Farmer has a win there in 5th, and Mike Kostek also has a win there in 6th. Adam Lancaster, Justin Ray, Tony Iverson, Matt Grenier, Ben Speed, Nick Haisha, Lucas Lyons, Scott Fritz, Finley Fitzsimmons, and Michael Cole. That right now is our cutoff. Jason Harrison there in 17th. Had a few good runs. He had a great run at Iowa going. But we'll have to watch out for Jason Harrison. Brian Terry still in there. John Kastritza down in that 21st position. Like we said, he's going to have to gain some positions tonight. But I'm telling you, there's not a lot of better drivers on the wheel than that 46 machine in these points where you need points. He is very smooth on the wheel. We'll be watching the 46 throughout the night. Remember, you just want to be clean during this race. Your best, and we'll be watching Alex Penn. Going to lead us off tonight. Finley Fitzsimmons in that second. There should be a good battle between the 5 and the 30. Both of them really good road course races, respectively. Alex Penn.
Green flag, green flag.
He's off and ready, and we are on green here at Sonoma. What a start from that 5 machine. Finley Fitzsimmons is gonna have advantage here into turn 1. Alex Penn still on the outside. It's gonna get tight up there, and here comes David Farmer. David Farmer now. He's gonna try to look for second, but he gives it to Alex Penn. Here goes everyone through the short kind of chicane right there, down into turn 5. As you can see, the cars are mostly single file. A few battles going on throughout the back of the field, but Finley Fitzsimmons takes over the lead early in this race. Finley Fitzsimmons leads us down the S's, as you can see the gap from him to Alex Penn, only a few car lengths. You see they're gonna ring it here down into the final corner. There's the gap between 1 and 2. Less than a second, about 2 seconds back. David Farmer. See Mike Kostek. Pull it back here. See Andy Kurtz make his way up through the field. Lost 1 position to Ben Speed. Ben Speed with a great start. See all the cars rushing up the hill. Speed right now running in that P7 position, able to take 1 spot away there on the restart. Tony Iverson also to take away 1 spot on the restart. Going down into turn 6 here, and we saw 1 car, I believe that was Justin Ray, really hit that curb, and you got to be careful. A lot of these drivers, you want to hit the curbs. Let's get that right. You'll see them there. You want to hit the curbs. There's grip on the curbs, but you don't want to run over the end of the curbs, if that makes sense. The curbs are there to make it so you can kind of dip your tires on the grass. And well, not even for that exactly. They're there so you don't, if you overshoot the corner, there's at least some resource there so you're not going straight into the grass, because once you go in the grass, it's almost like ice. You can't really pull the car out of the spot once it gets in the grass. So they put the rumble strips there for that reason, but a lot of these drivers actually use it to their advantage. They will actually just, use them to gain grip and stuff. So definitely interesting. It looks like Jason Harrison might have had a moment. Let's see. Here's Jason Harrison right here. I'm not sure. It said that he might have had an issue here. Jason Harrison, those drivers that needs a lot of points, and yeah, there he goes. Overshoots, and that's normal. A lot of drivers, Michael Cole also off track, a lot of drivers will overshoot that second to last corner. Very easy. So Right now, Finley Fitzsimmons out front. You look up at the top right, we have our track map. See where all the drivers are located on the track at the same time. Pretty cool feature that we have here on SDK Gaming. But, and want to thank all of y'all for joining me here tonight in the Bluegrass Iracing Xfinity Series. Drivers been preparing all week for Sonoma, and they've had a lot of practice. So here in the official series, based off iRacing, we have leagues, which is like the Bluegrass Iracing series. Basically, it doesn't account doesn't count towards your official rating. These races are mainly for fun, but you also do them for like money, like here in the Bluegrass Iracing series. And then, but there's the official races. And the official races usually go where they're actually going to in real life. So last week they went to the Indy Road Course. The Cup cars and the Xfinity cars both went to the Indy Road Course, while the Truck Series went to IRP. This week they're going to Watkins Glen. So a lot of these drivers probably not have gotten a lot of practice at Watkins Glen just because it starts every Monday at like 8 p.m. So, so it started last night. But a lot of these drivers had a lot of time to go run some Indy Road Course. They've had a lot of time, now to run some Watkins Glen, a little bit of time at least. So now, getting back in here, Sonoma, it's not the exact same tracks they've been practicing. See Finley Fitzsimmons overcooks that corner there. But the one thing that they do get to do is that they get to practice some road course maneuvering, seeing where they like to set the brake bias, things like that. It's kind of similar to each track. So they can kind of bring that road course-esque preparation to the tracks and bring it here to Sonoma. And Sonoma, man, is one of the most fun tracks to drive. This track is unbelievably fun. Finley Fitzsimmons out front. There's the gap between David Farmer and Mike Kostek. David Farmer having a good run tonight so far. Mike Kostek has been usually he was an easy second in the last two road course races. He's been the only guy that's been able to really be up there with Alex Penn. And he's finished 30 plus seconds behind him in both those races though. So Kostek looking to have a little bit of a better night here tonight, but David Farmer interrupting that. Only 5 seconds behind Fitzsimmons and Penn. Daniel Cunningham always really solid on these road courses right now. And Lucas Lyons driving his scheme again. He always likes to shout out that scheme, but I can tell you Lucas Lyons is not the biggest fan of this track, but he ran here last night. He has some laps here at Sonoma. He's showing that here tonight. Like I said, one big thing that you could see based off of other drivers is watch how much track Finley Fitzsimmons and Alex Penn use. They cover the entire track almost. See, watch. They get all the way kind of into that middle lane-ish, which is normal here, but they at least try to get as much width off the corner as they can. Looks like maybe Sean Kostritza with a little bit of an issue, just to kind of generate that speed. And yeah, you see, this is the corner again that a lot of people are going to overcook. Position there's Scott Fritz, already down 2 positions tonight. Not the night that he wanted so far, but a lot of time to learn. You can see, look, curb right there. Alex Penn's going to get on the curb right there, maximize himself. You see him all the way over near that grass. You see, look at him maximize the entire track. See how he turns left to enter that corner higher? That's exactly what you have to do here, and he does a great job of it. This is the main corner where you'll see it, though. Watch how far out they get here. You see, no other driver gets out there. All the other drivers are kind of... We'll watch Lucas Lyons here and watch how much shorter he cuts it. See? And that's what I'm saying about those guys up front. They really maximize their speed. And a lot of these guys, though, are definitely struggling for grip at the moment. Got Fritz up 2 positions. Nick Haisha also up 3 positions so far. Up for that 13th place. Justin Ray right ahead of him, up 2 positions. As you see here, they're on the back bumper, Sean Kostritza. Kostritza's going to have to do whatever he can to hold these guys off. He needs extra stage points if he wants to point himself in the playoffs. And oh, man. A little bit of contact there. But here tonight in the Xfinity Series, 40 laps, but we have our stage break. Well, not really a break, but our stage ending is at lap 16. So we're going to be hitting lap 16, our top 10 drivers are going to be awarded points. If you're in the top 10, based off of where you are. So right now, Kostritza in 11th position. He's going to have to do some work to get up to Scott Fritz and Tony Iverson. See Justin Ray all behind him. You see Jim Ott, Jason Bridges right behind these guys. Jason Bridges with a slick new scheme here for this week. He's got that high side car. Part of that high side team. Oh man, he got loose though. And this is not a spot you want to be too wide at. And Jim Ott thinks better of it. That's exactly what you got to do though. You can't really see Jim Ott. He's got that corner close. And pretty hard to keep your tires under you here. It really is. And kind of see where everyone is right now. For the lead though, shaping up. We said to watch this race for the lead. It's going to be interesting. Got battles here. Justin Ray able to get around Sean Kostritza, and here comes Nick Haysha. This is a spot you don't want to be too wide either. This is very difficult, and you can see Haysha getting really loose there on that outside. He's going to be able to take that position. Bridges, Jason Bridges is really going to drive it in there. Kostritza is going to be able to hold his own though. Kind of going back up to this lead. I mean, Alex Penn is all over Finley Fitzsimmons. Finley is struggling a little bit here. Alex is there. Alex, he's not going to make the move just yet. And Alex is really smart when it comes to these road course races. I mean, if you think about it, this is the first time this season that he's trailed here. Never trailed at a road course race. And I mean, really the big thing here about Sonoma though, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of places that you can pass at, but there's really two main passing opportunities. We're coming up to one right here. Now you can pass into turn one, but it's just a little bit harder to do so. This is our first passing opportunity. If the person in front of you gets a little bit loose, but you can see Finley just not going to get loose there. But really, Alex Penn's best opportunity is getting through these S's a little bit better than Finley and trying to pass him in the paperclip corner in turn 11. You can really see Alex Penn is close, but it's just not going to be close enough. It's all dependent on this corner. This is probably the most important corner, that little right-hand corner that sets you up for turn 11. You see Alex Penn just not able to get there. He's going to try to swing it underneath him, but Finley's going to use those tire barriers to his advantage. He's trying to keep him as close as he can to them, and he does a good job of it. Remember, no cautions tonight. There will be cautions in each section of the track. There's 3 sections of the track, but you'll get a caution flag if someone is spun out on track, just to kind of warn you, but no full course cautions unless something happens that is out of Bluegrass's hands. But nevertheless, once we hit lap 16, we'll see whether these guys decide to go in and pit or not. Last night, Truck Series able to make it around 17 or so laps. Be looking to see if that's going to be the case tonight. David Farmer, again, having a very solid night. He's up there in that 3rd place position. He's doing really good tonight. Always good to see David out here in the Bluegrass Iracing series. Mike Kostek, again, also having a very solid night. He loves these road courses. Lucas Lyons, I think, outperforming himself a little bit here tonight. I know he's put in a lot of practice. It's really showing for him in that 5th place position. Daniel Cunningham. And I cannot express to y'all how much these guys come out here and practice every day. I mean, I'm on the simulator a lot. These guys, they host sessions every single day. I'll get them in the chat, and they'll be, hosting sessions and stuff, and I'll go in there, These guys are all practicing together, whether they're teammates or not. They offer help to everyone. They've been putting in a lot of work. This is Justin Ray in that 11th place position, looking to get Scott Fritz. As you can see, there's Scott Fritz right there behind Tony Iverson. He's caught up to the back bumper. Michael Cole looks like he went off track there in the S's, but able to get that car back going. And here you can see Lucas Lyons get passed by Daniel Cunningham. It looks pretty low, maybe a little bit of a loose moment here for Lucas. And yeah, you're going to see coming out of the S's here, he gets very loose. He actually just lets him die. Thinks better of it. Very smart racing move there for Lucas Lyons. He bends speed. Right behind him, Tony Iverson and Scott Fritz. They have caught up to him as they go through the S section here. And it's so awesome to watch these cars go through this section. One of the coolest parts of this track right here is watching the cars wind back and forth all throughout that part of the track. But Ben Speed has been caught by these guys. Michael Cole off track. That's over on turn 3B. So up there on that part of the track, I call it 3A and 3B, but this is where these guys are right now. You see 3B is that little second right-hand corner. The corner above ahead of that is 3A. It's definitely confusing, but that's how you kind of know it as a driver. Oh, wow, it's pinned. And that right there is scary. I can tell you that. We'll go watch this really quickly from the in-car camera. Watch how close this comes up to you here. Oh, that's the wrong driver. But watch how close he gets this outside tire barrier. It is insanely close. You can see him, he hits the curb right there. Watch this. Woo! Super close. It really comes up on you quick, but he loses a little bit of time. Daniel Cunningham moved into that 5th place position, has made his way up a little bit ahead of Lucas Lyons now. Looking at our last lap times, our leaders run 118.9s, both of them. David Farmer in the 122s. Or 120.2s, that is. 120.7 for Kostek, or 121.2 there for Daniel Cunningham. Time's falling off a little bit, but I mean, some of our guys are running really good laps. I mean, Sean Kastritza right now is running in the 121.9s. Faster than a lot of the drivers ahead of him, but looks like he's just lost a little bit of time beforehand, so John's going to have to do a lot of work there to catch up to Jason Bridges, but definitely possible. And I'd say the big thing about these races is really trying to stay consistent, not trying to make so many mistakes. And he's done a really good job of it. He shows it in week in and week out. Coming over to the asphalt racing, he puts in a lot of work and he does a fantastic job of it. Andy Kurtz is having a good night in the 7th position. 88 machine. He's been able to make his way up here and has not really looked back. He's done very solid tonight. Like I said, the big thing to coming out of these road courses is just keeping the car clean, keeping it on the track. You gain a lot of experience with racing people around you. I tell you, a lot of these drivers that are racing hard are in this little bunch right here. Tony Iverson, Ben Speed, Scott Fritz, and Justin Ray, all within a second of each other. This is where they come through and snake around the S's here. Again, this is probably the most important part of the track. Tony Iverson with a fantastic exit. And you can see him pulls. Look at that view. It's so cool to watch all the cars snaking around that area. It's really cool when you come out here in the Cup Series. And there's, well, in the NASCAR Cup Series that is, and there's like 40 drivers in this race. It's so cool to watch. You can see him go around the paper clip, turn 11. You can see very loose. That is the only point in this track that you will actually shift down to first gear. I cannot confirm that's exactly what everyone's doing. Sometimes people run second gear through that final corner. But usually a lot of the guys go down to first gear, and it's super loose. Throttle's very touchy, really hard to get it down to the floor. So, I mean, and that's really about the entire track. It looks like, once you get off the corner, you slam the throttle. There's so much elevation change that you're almost just half throttle. Like off this corner right here, you burp the throttle, you burp it until you get the car straight. You get off that curb there, and then you're able to go full throttle. And you got to let off pretty early. And this, again, is the slickest part of the track right here. You go in second gear, but right here, you're half throttle. when you go half throttle, almost this entire section right here, you might be able to get a little bit, like 3/4 throttle. But right here, you're about half throttle, a little bit less than half throttle, burping the gas, and then finally you can get full throttle here. And some drivers opt to put it into 4th gear going into this corner, but you got to shift back down to 3rd right here. Be nice and easy through that corner. This will really set you up for really, like I said, the only passing opportunity in the track. You can see kind of put a little bit of a distance between Tony Iverson and Ben Speed, but Scott Fritz is all over the back now of Ben Speed. Guys really close now, and you can see Finley Fitzsimmons and Alex Penn. These guys are still together, battling up here for the lead. Oh! One car in the background looked like they had some trouble there, but so they'll keep it going just fine. It was like up on the hill I saw in turn 2, I believe, turn 3, somewhere in that area. But nevertheless, these guys are out front right now, lap 15. You know what this means, lap 16. That's the next lap. And that's when our stage break is. Well, again, not really a break, but our stage, I don't really know how you explain it. We just call it stage breaks, but our stage final, whatever. But these guys are coming around. The white flag is out for the stage. Remember, our top 10 are rewarded points. Right now it's Finley Fitzsimmons, Alex Penn, David Farmer, Mike Kostek, Daniel Cunningham, Lucas Lyons, Andy Kurtz, Tony Iverson, Scott Fritz, and Justin Ray. And Justin Ray and Scott Fritz were able to get around Ben Speed, so Ben Speed having to relinquish a top 10 position, which means that right now he would not be getting any stage points. Man, Alex Penn is getting really wide on that corner. That's not what you want to do. Finley Fitzsimmons has that corner down. Even though you generate a lot of momentum by going wide, you're taking a little bit of a wider route, which loses distance. So even though you might be a mile an hour faster, distance made up by Finley Fitzsimmons allows him to go, but you can see this for 10 points, and Finley, who's 15th in points, can really use. Oh, Finley sideways, going through that right-hander. Definitely stepped on it a little bit too much there, but he gets it back in and going. Finley Fitzsimmons is going to win our stage here tonight at Sonoma. Alex Penn's going to finish 2nd in that stage. You can see David Farmer in that 84 machine. He's going to wrap it around the paper clip, and he's going to come right around, and we got one car spun around. Looks like going in that corner. Might have wheel hopped it a little bit. But, he's going to have some issues there. That's Jason Bridges. David Farmer's going to finish 3rd. Mike Kostek 4th. Daniel Cunningham off that final corner into that 5th place position. Andy Kurtz is going to come around, grab that 6th place position tonight for the stage. Lucas Lyons 7th. Tony Iverson 8th. There's Justin Ray in 9th. Scott Fritz going to be our last driver to get some points tonight. We'll go back up here to the lead, and it's definitely stretched out. Leads out to 8/10, and it looks like Alex is just able to catch up to him, after a few laps. But then it looks like he's just making one small mistake or one small error, and it just kind of sends him back. That's what Finley Fitzsimmons is going to have to do. And there goes Alex Penn. Alex Penn's pitting this time. 24 laps to go. So, interesting. We'll be watching these guys, but they're pitting about 17 laps in the race. Remember, it's a 40-lap race. So, it's either that Alex Penn knows he can make it all the way, or they're going to at least have to make one more stop before the end of this race. Definitely see David Farmer in this time as well. Drivers, but I like Finley's decision here to stay out. Stay out, have a little bit fresher tires, but remember, is Alex Penn going to be able to jump him in the pits? Alex Penn's going to have a little bit fresher tires. He's going to be able to run a little bit of a faster lap here, and that might get him in front of Finley. We'll watch this time by, but Justin Ray also coming in the pits. Scott Fritz overshoots turn 11, and he'll save it. He's going to have a massive run down here on the front stretch. Saved there by Scott Fritz. You never want to go into those tire barriers. Jim Ott up here in that 12th place right now. Looks like just behind Nick Haysha. Jason Bridges. There's Sean Kostritza going through that paperclip corner. And here's Finley Fitzsimmons. all alone right now. Mike Kostek also going to stay out here. Dealing with Daniel Cunningham. You can see there's Alex Payne. He's already behind Daniel Cunningham. Finley Fitzsimmons in the pits. This time by. So we'll see where he comes out. Remember, you got about 40 seconds in pit lane in total. About 14 and a half second stops usually. And this right here is going to hurt Alex Payne. But you see Daniel Cunningham not going to let him by. This is not what Alex Payne needed. You see Daniel Cunningham's probably going to be coming in this time by. And no, he's going to opt to stay out, but we'll see. Here's Finley Fitzsimmons. He's getting those fresh 4 Goodyears. Alex Payne off the final corner, and he's just getting those left sides jacked up. Alex Payne is easily going to clear him. Oh, actually, I wouldn't say easily. This is going to be a fight. And there goes Finley Fitzsimmons, but Alex Payne, they're side by side in turn 1. This right here, oh, Finley goes wide into the grass. Finley Fitzsimmons makes a huge mistake. And that right there might be for the win. That might be the mistake that cost Finley this race. But Finley's been fast. We'll see if he can catch back up to Alex. But, you know, when you don't have a car in front of you, it makes you so much more confident. And man, that's so unfortunate for that 5 machine. He's been out front all day. And that right there, he is no rookie. I will tell you that. Finley is really, really good at road courses. That was a rookie mistake, at least in the series. You know, even though you might not been able to get that position, at least you have the newer tires. Just wait 1 second. He was trying to get that spot, and he overshot the corner. And now he sits pretty far behind Alex, but Mike Kostek is electing to stay out here. So looking at it here, he's going to 21 laps to go. Cole with an issue off the final corner. So this race is 40 laps long. So right now we're sitting at 21 to go, which means that we're at lap 20 right now out of 40. And if he can go one more, Mike Kostek might be able to make this thing all the way. I don't really know how fuel is at the moment. I don't know if they were just trying to make it to a certain, point on the track, or I don't know. We're gonna have to watch because these guys pitted pretty early. They pitted laps 16 and 17. I don't know if that was just to gain a tire advantage or what, but the only problem is that Kostek doesn't have that big of an advantage. Only 6 seconds ahead of these guys. So he's gonna take the hard left corner there, but he's gonna be able to go 20 to go. So he split this halfway. Will any of the other guys be able to split it halfway? Because, this next run, more than likely they'll probably make up that 5 seconds, but you never know. One driver that looks like that had an issue, David Farmer, pretty far back right now in 9th place. You see he's behind Nick Haisha there. Maybe an issue on pit road for that 84 machine. Looks like it has cost him a good amount of time. Ben Speed, oh no! Ben Speed with an issue. See him, he's gonna have to turn that car around. A scary part of the track. He turned around, and you see Jim Ott going in this time. One driver though that's gonna take advantage of it. Here comes Sean Kostritza. Look at Sean Kostritza gets a position there from that. Great move from that 46 machine. To go for Alex Payne and that 30 machine, and that gap almost 2 seconds between him and Finley Fitzsimmons. A lot of the field in right now. Lucas Lyons in the pits. There's Tony Iverson, Jim Ott, Sean Kostritza, and Ben Speed. We saw them enter. There's Nick Haisha right there getting around Jim Ott. A lot of drivers in the pits, but see our leaders right now in that final corner. So these guys are under attack here to go almost a lap down. Oh, and Finley overshoots turn 11. Another mistake. But he was able to close the gap there before that mistake. So that 5 machine, nowhere near out of this race. Tony Iverson with an issue. That's off of turn 1. Looks like he might, or that's actually off of turn 3B. Heavy damage. Oh, Finley Finley with an issue here. What happened here to Finley? And oh, man. And again, you see Sean Kostritza holding that line. Finley just got too wide there, and he just barely clips the grass. Another mistake from that 5 lane. And that's how quick the race can turn around. And he went from leading this race, and oh no, Lucas Lyons. He went from leading this race to making, 3 mistakes back to back. And this is off in the S's, and you can see he just overcooks it. Does a great job. Very easy to correct that into the wall. And he does a fantastic job keeping that out of harm's way. You see right there, he's also going to have the 44 Jason Arison here to pass. Jason, though, very respectable, going to let him by. Jason Bridges also off track. That's in the second to last corner. Alex Penn has a few cars to battle here, though. Jim Ott ahead of him. Jason Bridges as well. John Kostritza right there able to pass Jason Arison. Back up into 15th is that 46 machine. See Alex Penn now in a little bit of dirty air. This is where Finley Fitzsimmons is going to have to make up time. I mean, he's stuck behind the 29 there at Ben Speed, but he's going to have to try to get around these lap cars, and hopefully they kind of set a pick here for Alex Penn. You can see they're not going to make it easy on him. Oh, Brian Terry with issues. That's in the second to last corner. See what happened here with the 13, and yeah, he's just going to get into the grass a little bit. That car turns dead. Right, and another driver with issues. That's Nick Haisha. Entry of the S's. Looks like maybe he might have wheel hopped a little bit, went around, but keep it going. 2.6 seconds now. Finley able to draw down that gap a tiny bit. 2.3 seconds now as Jim Ott's going to let Alex Penn go by, that is. Finley now has a gap down to 2.1 seconds. He's going to know, oh, one car. That's Ben Speed in the grass. Just in the background there. You can see Sean Kostritza right behind him. Sean Kostritza wanting to take that from him. Again, I hope that y'all are enjoying the stream tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope that y'all have all had great days and it's relaxed by watching a little bit of Bluegrass Iracing series action tonight. Well, this would not all be possible without every single fan that comes in here, every single viewer that comes to watch their favorite drivers come in here and run. We don't have any issues there for Jason Bridges. As he gets a little bit loose in that downhill part. Spin it off the track. Finley Fitzsimmons now beside Jim Ott. After he gets around him, that gap is 2.5 seconds. So maybe about a 4/10 gain there for Finley Fitzsimmons, if that. But 4/10, 2/10, that is. He's got a lot of work to do if he wants to get back to Alex Penn. Mike Kostek, again, remember, he was able to go halfway. No other driver really able to go halfway. So we'll have to see if these guys can make it all the way. And I was kind of wrong about David Farmer. I thought he had fallen back, but a lot of guys hadn't pitted. David right now in P3, so he didn't lose any positions. I guess it was just kind of the way that everyone was on the track. It looked like he had been pretty far behind, but not everyone had pitted yet. Justin Ray right now in that 6th position at the moment. I don't know if, I'm pretty sure he pitted, but right now our biggest mover of the night, 8 positions up right now in that 6th place position. So good run tonight for Justin Ray. Same thing with Andy Kurtz. That car looks super clean. Again, what you want here on these road courses. Nick Haisha, another driver that's had some pretty good moves, up 11 or up 5 positions that is. You can see that he just went 1 lap down, but still up 5 positions into that 11th spot, running pretty well. Sean Kostritza here still trying to run down Ben Speed in that 14th position at the moment. Lucas Lyons, after having that spin right now, has Scott Fritz behind him in that 9th position. Right behind them, you can see Tony Iverson. So you have to put together some pretty good laps, but Tanner Cunningham running pretty solid himself in that 5th place position. gap right now, 2.6 seconds separates 1 and 2. I will say we are running on an 80-degree track temp right now, which is pretty fairly nice. Running this track at, you know, about 100 degrees track temp is, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like trying to drive on a slip and slide, trying to drive on black ice. So the track is a little bit grippier than normal, but it's definitely very nice. Big speed with an issue, looks like. Clipped a little bit of grass, but nevertheless still keeping it straight. Stritza trying to make his way up there, but not able to get anything just yet. Jim Ott right ahead of them guys. I will say Mike Kostek has gotten extremely closer to David Farmer. And remember, too, that Mike Kostek definitely has a little bit fresher tires, and Ben Speed goes off track, it looks like. It's going to give that position to Sean Kostritza. Jason Bridges also able to get around. Sean Kostritza up to 13th. But Mike Kostek has fresher tires, but he might also be able to make it all the way on fuel. I mean, if he made it halfway, he definitely can make it all the way on fuel. The only thing, though, is that can our leaders make it on fuel? Remember, they pitted at 16 and 17. Maybe 17 and 18, that is. And there goes David Farmer. David Farmer knows that he can't make it all the way, so he's going to pit now once Mike Kostek gets to him. And then he's going to wait until they have to pit, but if they have to pit. Right now, Mike Kostek running 119, so that time was a 120, but he was behind David Farmer. But he's not running far off of his best times that he's been running. So David Farmer going into the pits, a little bit of a different strategy, the two-stop strategy. He's hoping that tire advantage works for him, and he hopes that everyone has to pit later. Daniel Cunningham, you see, moves up into that 4th place position. Again, another very solid night for this 08 machine. Always keeps it very clean and Alex pins in this time, so that right there confirms it. You know, Finley Fitzsimmons staying out here. If you're Finley, I mean, you either got to pit with Alex or you've got to go a few laps around and hope that Alex gets caught in traffic. Or you just got to hope to have a little bit of a better tire advantage once you get out. But Alex pitting here is huge news. Because out of all of this, I mean, you see Alex, he's already in his pit stall. And here's Mike Kostek, who's maybe trying this one-stop strategy. And Mike Kostek get around and the left sides are up there for Alex Pin. And I mean, even if Mike Kostek gets in front of him, and it's going to be close. And he's not. So Mike Kostek, who's on that different strategy, maybe the one-stop strategy, he'll get closer to Alex Pin, but he's not going to be able to get around. Good strategy, though, overall. Justin Ray, Andy Kurtz. That's Justin Ray. There's Andy Kurtz. David Farmer right behind Andy Kurtz. Remember, he's trying this different strategy, and Ben Speed has massive damage on that car. Let's see what happened to the 29 machine here. And oh, yeah, there's 3A, and going into 3B right here just definitely overshoots it. Once you go in the grass, I mean, you can't do anything. And I bet just kind of frustrated there. Decided that it was over for him, and you see Finley Fitzsimmons in the pits. Alex Pin in the S's, and Alex Pin's definitely going to get him if he's in the S's already. I mean, Finley hasn't even gotten to his pit stall yet. So I would expect Alex to almost have like a 4 to 5 second lead here. I'd be guessing. I mean, if you're Finley, though, maybe just think about going a little bit longer and then maybe taking no tires. Change up the strategy, but you can see that he's not going to change it up, and a gap between 1 and 2 is going to be pretty tremendous here. It's only actually about showing 2.7 seconds, 2.8. So, if anything, Finley actually had a better pit stop. Because the gap stayed relatively the same, and now he has fresher tires. So, if you're Finley here, you've got to put together the best laps. He has the fastest lap of the race by 3:10. He definitely has that speed. Being able to get him is the real question. David Farmer passed Andy Kurtz, and he's got a little bit. David definitely has a little bit to go to get to Mike Kostek. I mean, over 33 seconds, and Mike Kostek might be able to make it all the way. So, even though Mike Kostek might not be in front of the 2 leaders, he's in front of David Farmer. So, if his strategy works out, he at least jumped a position. Andy Kurtz right behind him. He just got past Lucas Lyons and Tony Iverson. Battle heating up here for 8th. The 24 and the 25. See Tony really driving it in there. Trying to gain as much time as he can on that 25 machine. 2.6 seconds separate our leaders now. Oh, Tony! Oh, man, Tony Iverson drove it in a little bit too deep there. Heads up driving by Lucas, and Tony did the best he could to try not to hit him. Was able to get the car slowed down enough. This is why Alex Penn is maybe struggling there. Is he had the lap car Jason Bridges, now has the lap car Michael Cole. The gap is in 2 seconds, but the good thing at least for Alex is that he has 2 cars. If you're Finley there, you have to use as much of the racetrack as you can. See, with that shallow entry, I mean, he's going to lose, 4 or 5 tenths from it, and that gap goes straight from 2 to 2.5. Justin Ray decided to come into the pits now. He's on that 2-stop strategy. And really the only person I think on the 1-stop strategy would be Mike Kostek. So, I mean, if you're Mike Kostek, you still have 31 seconds between you and David Farmer. So, with 11 laps to go, I mean, David Farmer ran a 1:17.7, his best lap of the race last time by. Alex Penn ran his best lap of the race last time by, a 1:17.3. But I mean, if you're David Farmer, I mean, you're running 2 seconds better. So if you think about it with 10 laps to go, 2 seconds times that, times 10 laps, 20 seconds, you're not going to be able to get it by Kostek, and tires only even out once you get further into runs. And a 1:17.7 for Alex Penn, a 1:17.4, so 3 tenths quicker was Finley Fitzsimmons' last lap. Jason Bridges off the track. I believe that's off of turn 1. And it is. Looks like maybe he got a little bit loose with turning the car down there. Mike Kostek again, that 3rd place position. Daniel Cunningham back 34 seconds right now. We're running 4th though. Very solid night. David Farmer again, top 5 tonight. It looks like, and if you look at the top of the screen, you can see the distance between David Farmer and Mike Kostek. David Farmer kind of up on that top part, but he has Daniel Cunningham not too far ahead of him, and then the 8 car, which is Mike Kostek, is already through the S's on the bottom part of that. So, on the bottom part of the graph there, so you can really see the gap now below 2 seconds between Alex Penn and Finley Fitzsimmons. Finley, a little bit fresher tires. He's trying to make his way out there. Michael Cole with an issue there, goes off track. Tony Iverson still all over the back here, Lucas Lyons. 1:17.8 for the leader, 1:17.1 for Finley Fitzsimmons. Jason Harrison was able to make his way. Jason Bridges, Jason Harrison right now up to 15th place. Where he started tonight, not the night that he wanted, but kept the car relatively clean. Maybe been off track a few times, but nevertheless, not bad. And you can see there, Finley Fitzsimmons how to get around Sean Kastritza. Now that gap's back up to 2.2 seconds. And that 5 car wants to catch the 30. He has to do a little bit better at navigating traffic. And David Farmer, he's ever so close now. Oh no, Tony Iverson around. And that is off the second to final corner. This is a rough spot to be. A lot of cars coming. He's going to have to get that 24 machine whipped around here, and he will be able to, but right in front of the leaders. Let's see what happened here, Tony Iverson. And you can see it looks like maybe he just gets loose here. He was really trying to work on Lucas Lyons. And oh no, Finley Fitzsimmons. Finley Fitzsimmons in the tire barrier. What happened here? Oh yeah, right there. He just way too much speed, and unfortunately that is going to be the end of the race there for that 5 machine. Not the end of his top 3 finish. Definitely the end of getting a win. And I'm not really 100% sure. I mean, we saw him blink out there for a second, so I'm not sure if maybe there was an internet or a connection issue. You'll see right here. As Tony Iverson a little bit slower there, lets him go. No contact. See right there, that car's already sideways, which says to me that he might have had an issue. I'm not sure. An issue here on iRacing that sometimes happens for these drivers is that sometimes your screen will freeze for a second and come back. We'll have to ask him about it. That definitely could have been an issue. He could have just overdriven it. I mean, you're going to have to ask him that question. That's very unfortunate because he was really putting pressure there on Alex Pin to run really good laps. And from that incident, lost 10 seconds. Only going to make that car handle worse. Alex Pin there, and you can see Finley Fitzsimmons. Anything that's opened the door for Mike Kostek. Remember, Mike Kostek is on that one-stop strategy. He has not had to go in a second time. He's only pitted once. That was on lap 20. So he could probably make it all the way on fuel here. Another driver on that strategy, Daniel Cunningham. Andy Kurtz is going to be close. He pitted on lap 19, but if he saves a little bit, I'm sure he can make it around here, especially, you know, going down the downhill parts of the section. But I think Lucas Lyons not too far ahead of him. Lucas Lyons, you know, might be able to make something happen here. Farmer, though, able to get around Daniel Cunningham. Now up into that 4th place position. You know, he's still got 30 seconds to Kostek, so great strategy from that 8 machine if he can make it all the way. So let's take a look through the field. Alex Pin right now, our leader, and if he doesn't make a mistake, he will win this race. And with Finley Fitzsimmons crashing, he has a big green flag now. Finley Fitzsimmons, unfortunately, after getting caught up in that incident there, looks like by himself, maybe an issue with his computer or something like that in 2nd. Kostek 3rd. Farmer running 4th place. Remember, Mike Kostek, though, on that one-stop strategy, making it work so far. Not even that far behind the 5 machine. And looking at their last laps, Kostek's not relatively too much slower than them. Putting in very similar lap times. And I mean, Finley Fitzsimmons is still the fastest car on the track, but definitely going to beat himself up for it. That mistake, because he could have definitely had a shot. David Farmer in that 4th place. Daniel Cunningham running a pretty decent race. You can see him have a little bit of left or right rear damage, that is. Not sure where he gained that from, but a little bit of damage there on that 08 machine. Andy Kurtz right now running in that 6th place position. Great run for that 88 machine tonight. He's done a great job. Is that car all the way up there at the moment? Lucas Lyons running 7th right now. I bet you that he'll be pretty happy with the 7th place finish tonight. Scott Fritz up 4 positions into 8th. And Jim Ott, he's had a fantastic night. Oh, as he gets really loose. Oh, let's see. He might overdrive the corner. He will. Probably shouldn't have said anything. Sorry, Jim. I always seem to get the commentator's curse at the wrong time. Scott Fritz running 8th right now. Justin Ray 9th. You can see that battle for 8th is going to probably be heating up here. Jim Ott, though, still in the top 10 position. Good job for Jim Ott. Having a very solid night. Nick Haisha, after a few off tracks right now in 11th. Tony Iverson, 12th. We saw him go around. Unfortunately, because he was having a good run tonight. John Kastritza, respectively, 13th tonight. Going to gain all the points he can. Jason Bridges, 14th. Jason Harrison in that 15th position. Brian Terry, 16th. Michael Cole, 17th, and our only driver out of the race, Ben Speed, right now, scored that 18th position. It's battle for 8th, though. Justin Ray all over the back of Scott Fritz, but we saw these two get around Jim Ott after he overshot the final corner. Justin Ray with a big burst of momentum here. He's going to have the passing lane here. 11's going to be wide open for him. Going to look to the right side of Scott Fritz. Scott Fritz drives it in just as hard as he does, though. He's going to close that gap, and right behind them you see Alex Pin. He's the leader of this race. Looking to put them 1 lap down. You can see Jim Ott in that 10th place position, our first car, 1 lap down at the moment. 4 laps to go, though, for Alex Penn as we watch the battle here for 8th place. Scott Fritz and Justin Ray. Justin Ray just looks a little bit better right now through center. This is not a good place to go side by side. You can see Justin Ray is going to be patient. Really, you're going to get into our first passing zone coming up here. You're going to have to be, I would probably wait to open this corner up because this corner definitely could be it. You can see Justin Ray is going to overshoot that corner. Here's Alex Penn. Alex Penn is going to clear Justin Ray. He's going to come up on Scott Fritz here in that 01 machine. You know, Scott Fritz is not the easiest to pass, and you can see he's going to let Alex Penn go, but that's going to let Justin Ray go. And here comes Jim Ott, too. They're side by side through the S's. It never really works out well. Both of them racing each other pretty respectively there. Justin Ray able to get that 8th place position. Scott Fritz falls back to 9th and is now under fire from Jim Ott. A gap from 1 to 2 is down to 11.7 seconds, but again, Finley Fitzsimmons is going to need a very bad mistake out of Alex Penn to even get anywhere near him. Kostek 18 seconds back. And big props to that 8 machine of Mike Kostek. Him and Daniel Cunningham both on the one-stop strategy, trying to make it work. And I believe Andy Kurtz was also on that strategy at 19. I believe Jim Ott, Scott Fritz, Nick Haisha, Tony Iverson, Sean Kostritza. All those guys are on this strategy. Pretty good respect to them, because I can tell you it's really hard to save fuel. And these guys are really pushing it to its limits to make it a one-stop race, and they did a fantastic job. Mike Kostek, that you see 18 seconds behind leader, but he has a 28-second gap on David Farmer. So, I mean, David taking a two-stop strategy, not going to play in his favor. Nick Haisha goes off track. Oh, and he's on the track. Oh, that's going to be close. Ends up driving there from Tony Iverson. A lot of damage on the front of that. You see Mike Kostek going to get a little bit slowed down from that, too. Looks like he went into the timer. Oh, man, he hits on a terrible spot. Look at this. Oh, man. Right in front of Finley Fitzsimmons, too. I got to watch this from the 5 machine. This is probably pretty scary. Trying to get the throttle here. Look at this. Bang! You think he's going to shoot right back out in front of you. But luckily, no other drivers involved. 2 laps to go for that 30 machine of Alex Penn. He's going to put Lucas Lyons 1 lap down in that 7th place position. Alex Penn doesn't have that long to go. Tony Iverson's going to make a pass past Nick Haisha there. Tony Iverson up into 11th. Alex Penn, he won Mid-Ohio. He won the Chicago Street Course. He's going to take his 3rd road course victory of the season. Also gets the guy that he said he was worried about facing. Making it work as he's right now P1. He's made a lot less mistakes than Finley Fitzsimmons tonight, and Finley, we wanted to win this race and is not going to be able to do it, but Alex Penn, remember again, 4 wins on the season. He won the header at Autoclub. He won Mid-Ohio, Chicago, and he won last week in Iowa. But 1 lap to go for Alex Penn here at Sonoma Valley, California. Alex Penn looking to take home the trophy here at Wine Country, USA, as he goes through 3A and 3B for the last time tonight, up the hill and right back down. No cars in front, no cars behind for Alex Penn. Finley Fitzsimmons 11 seconds back. Nothing he could do in this instance. Gap between Kostek and Farmer, 28 seconds. No way David is catching Mike. Mike's one-stop strategy is going to work out. Same thing with Daniel Cunningham as he's looking to get that top 5 as well. Through the S's for the final time tonight. See, he's going to take turn 10 down into turn 11. Gonna Gonna go through the hairpin here. Alex Penn off the final corner here in Sonoma. As you can see, he's gonna give the crowd a little bit of a show. Gonna drift it off of that corner. Alex Penn's gonna win at Sonoma for his 5th victory of the season. 5 wins for that 30 machine this year. Unbelievable season. Finley Fitzsimmons respectively going to finish in that 2nd place spot. Kostek has had a pretty good day. And Finley Fitzsimmons giving us a fun show. Mike Kostek going to round out our top 3 tonight. David Farmer. Come around, you see Anna Cunningham not too far behind him, but we'll take a look at this really quickly. Gotta say, before we go and do our points and everything, we gotta see, what do we give this out of a 10? Let's see, it's pretty good entry, maybe a little bit too sideways there. Let's see, really able to gain some speed. And right here is where he's gonna fly over turn 1. Pretty good landing there from that 5 machine. Alex Penn, our winner tonight. The car's getting their last few laps in. David Farmer going around Andy Kurtz. Kurtz is going to finish off the race for us tonight. NASCAR on the lead lap. Going to be able to stretch it all the way and feel a good race for that 88 machine. It's going to be all Alex Penn tonight. I wouldn't say dominated, but he definitely, once he got the lead, he never looked back. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at our race results. Alex Penn's going to take home the win here tonight in Sonoma Valley. 2nd place going to be Finley Fitzsimmons. 3rd's going to go to Mike Kostek. 4th's going to go to David Farmer. 5th tonight is going to go to Daniel Cunningham. 6th is going to go to Andy Kurtz. 7th is going to go to Lucas Lyons. 8th tonight is going to go to Justin Ray. Jim on. We're going to finish P9. Scott Fritz P10. Tony Iverson's going to finish 11th tonight. Nick Hayes 12th. Sean Kostritz is going to finish 13th. Jason Bridges 14th. Jason Harrison's going to finish 15th tonight. Brian Terry 16th. Michael Cole 17th. And Ben Speed is going to round out our field tonight. And he will finish in that 18th position. So a really good race tonight overall. Fun show put on by Alex Penn and Finley Fitzsimmons. They really had it down to the wire. Saw Finley get a little bit loose there, or something happened to him. Lost him the win. But looks like we might have a little bit of a drag race here going on. Oh, Justin Ray still taking those flight classes that he showed us at Richmond. As we might have a drag race here. This is going to be pretty interesting. While we wait for our top 3. See, they're warming up the tires. And let's see. Ready? 3, 2, 1. They're revving it up. Let's see if they go. This is just the fun that we like to have here in the Bluegrass Iracing Xfinity series. Everyone likes to have fun, and there they go. David Farmer, pretty good start there. You can see David Farmer in that 84 machine has the gears down, and he will win that. But nevertheless, we have some interviews to do. We will go ahead, and we'll be right back while we get our drivers ready for their interviews. All right, we are here And we're going to see if we can grab the 8 car here, Mike Kostek, our 3rd place finisher tonight. Hey, Mike, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, overall, pretty good race for you. You were able to run kind of in that top 4 the entire night. Looks like you were kind of behind David Farmer there, but with a pretty excellent strategy, the one-stop strategy, you were able to make a top 3 out of it. So go ahead and tell us about your race there, Mike.
Yeah, after I seen Finley and Alex's times in practice and qualifying, I just kind of shooting for third at that point. I was planning on two stopping it, but my Cunningham, my teammate, said he was going to try to one stop it, so I just started saving fuel at that point because I mean it's hard to just straight up pass here anyway, so I figure I'd try to just get it on pit strategy.
Well, again, another road course that we have here. We've had a lot of road courses recently, and now we finally kind of get out of this road course realm. How are you feeling going into these last 3 races of the year? You've been able to pull off some pretty good finishes the last few weeks, and now you get a 3rd place tonight. So how are you feeling going into these next stretch of races coming up, which I believe are Charlotte, Wilkesboro, Nashville, and Daytona?
Um, I'm not a huge fan of Charlotte. I can never seem to run good there, and I hate super speedways. But besides that, feeling pretty good. Every race seems to be fun though in this league. It's a great group of guys to race with, so it should be fun no matter what.
Good to hear. And really quickly, what were you doing there to save some tires? Because we saw that once you and David kind of got a little bit into that run, even though David might have had a little bit fresher tires, you were still able to put down the same lap times as him. So what were you able to do there to save tires throughout that run?
Um, I think it was really just saving fuel. I was staying in third gear for most of the lap, so I was able to minimize tire spin and just kind of take care of the rears. And then near the end, I was able to start pushing and shifting a little bit and laying down some decent times. So yeah, I think it was just saving fuel was kind of just a byproduct and saving tires with it.
Gotcha. Well, congratulations on your top 3 once again tonight. If you have any teammates, sponsors, family, friends you would like to thank, go ahead.
Thank you for doing the broadcast. My teammates at JC Motorsports, and shout out to Alex on another dominating road course win.
All right. Well, congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
All right, man. Thanks.
That was Mike Kostek. He was able to finish 2nd tonight, or 3rd tonight, that is. And we're going to go ahead and grab our 2nd place finisher. Hey, Finley, you got a copy?
I do.
Well, maybe a little bit disappointing in your terms, but nevertheless, still a top 2 finish tonight. We saw you kind of led the first bit of this race. We're able to hold off Alex, running pretty good lap times. We saw Alex got pretty close to you, but you were able to kind of hold him off until he pitted, and then we saw you kind of overshoot turn 1, maybe trying to hold him off, and then I'm not 100% sure what happened. You kind of blinked on the screen going into turn 11, so I'm not sure if maybe you had an issue or you just overshot it. But go ahead and tell us about what happened that race there.
Through the first stint, I was just controlling the tyres. I knew that he was going to burn up the rear, so I was just focusing on making sure I kept mine in a good state. And near to the end of the stint, I was pulling away from him, and I think he was getting loose a few times, so that worked. But I didn't expect him to undercut, seeing as it was a fuel mileage race, or getting close to a 2-stop instead of a 1-stop instead of a 2-stop. But yeah, he made the call, and I was quite surprised by that, so I had to pit the lap after him, and then I came out. I was off groove into turn 1, and I hadn't been out there before, so I didn't know that it's basically just a death trap into the gravel. And I would have recovered from that, but a couple laps later, some lap cars came out of the pit lane, and once again I got forced offline and off into turn 1. So traffic hasn't been brilliant. And then, as you were saying, into turn 11, basically there was a car that crashed out in front, and at least on my screen anyway, he was in the middle of the track and swerved towards the pit lane, or jinked towards the pit lane I was coming by, and I had to jerk the wheel or in reaction, and I missed the braking because of it.
Gotcha. So pretty unfortunate circumstance there, but again, nevertheless, 2nd place finish. Maybe not what you were looking for, because we know that you've been really wanting to get to one of these road course races. But if that incident would not have happened, do you think you would have been able to get to Alex or pass him?
Yeah, I had the fresh tyres both stints. I was behind him and I was catching him throughout, but just lap traffic wasn't on my side, and yeah, unfortunately, luck wasn't either. I think I could have got him, but yeah, props to him. He didn't make any mistakes and he drove a brilliant race, so he definitely deserves this one.
Gotcha. Well, congratulations on your second place finish tonight. If you have any family, friends, sponsors, teammates you would like to thank, the floor is yours.
Oh, you got me on the spot there. I almost forgot. Of course, thank you to the team, Cornerstone Motorsports, Alex, David, Justin. Just trying to get the sponsor list up here. Hold on. Yeah, so thank you to Aerial Pros, WNC, Function Junction Smoke Shop, GG's of Waynesville, Mountain View Detailing, and Waynesville Tires, the sponsor for the team. Without them, we wouldn't be able to fund it, and definitely gives us a great helping hand. So thank you, of course, to them. Thank you for the guys who are running on the league as well. I love racing here every week. Obviously, maybe sometimes it isn't to the best of luck, but we all enjoyed it in the end. So, and of course, thank you to you, Mikey, for the broadcast. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you very much, and congratulations again on your top 2 finish tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Mikey. Have a good one.
Yep. That was Finley Fitzsimmons. You could kind of hear a little bit disappointed, but nevertheless, he said he did all he could, and just a little bit unfortunate circumstances. But we're going to go ahead and grab our winner. Alex Pinn, you got a copy?
I got you.
Not going to lie, I'm kind of getting sick and tired of interviewing you here. This is your 5th win of the season. Pretty insane. You've had 5 wins, 7 top 5s out of your 10 starts, and now you're definitely already clinched in, but you have racked up a ton of playoff points for once playoff comes around, and we still have 4 races left. I believe with 5 wins, that's 25 extra playoff points, which is going to be massive once we get to New Hampshire, Talladega, and all those other tracks. And you were able to hold off Finley here tonight. We know a few weeks ago you had talked about how you were excited to kind of race Finley. You knew that he was definitely going to be great competition, and you were able to pull off the win here. He said he was a little bit surprised by the two stop strategy. He was expecting to go to lap 20. And then we saw that you were able to kind of get by him, but not only get by him, you were able to force him into a mistake by being side by side with him. And from then on, you were able to pull away. So go and tell us about your race there, Alex.
Yeah, that was an absolute blast getting to go head to head with Finley. I don't really get to do that too often because he'll usually outrun me by a couple miles over the course of a race. But definitely didn't mean to. I don't know how close I was to his car when he came off pit road. But if I did force him off, I do definitely apologize. But I would have loved to have had a good battle all the way to the end of that race with him. But he definitely did a great race at the start and was definitely tough to catch. So it was fun.
Yeah, from his point of view, he said that he had just gotten out of the pits and was just trying to race you hard and had not kind of been up there in the marbles, and he just kind of got up there and there just wasn't a lot of grip. So I think it was just kind of a hard racing deal nevertheless. But again, you're able to pull off another win here on these road courses. You were able to save your tires pretty well. And again, your strategy, your difference in strategy probably got you the win here tonight. So congratulations on that. But, looking forward, we're done with the road courses. We go to Charlotte, Wilkesboro, Nashville, and Daytona. So what are you looking forward to after this race?
Probably none of them. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll be happy just to score some good points there, help out the team championship a bit. But once we just get to the playoffs, that's when I'm gonna be putting in a bunch of work and getting ready for the races then.
Gotcha. And approximately how much work did you put in for this week here at Sonoma?
Uh, Probably around a race distance.
Gotcha. Well, all right. Well, congratulations again on your win tonight. Your 5th win of the season, that is. Do you have any sponsors, teammates, family, friends you would like to thank? You can go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely the boys over at Cornerstone, Finley, Justin, and David all ran a great race. We all finished in the top 8. Then you for putting on the broadcast, Jason for running the league, Cody for doing race control, and then as for the sponsors this week, it's gonna be the same list Finley just read from, but it's Aerial Professionals of Western North Carolina, Function Junction Smoke Shop, GG's of Waynesville, North Carolina, Mountain View Detailing, who were on the car tonight for either their second or third win of the season, which is cool, and Waynesville Tire as well.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on your 5th win of the season, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
That was Alex Penn, our winner tonight. And what a great race here at Sonoma. A lot of really good battling. Came down to the last 10 or so laps before we saw a little bit of difference in driving styles, and some stuff happened. But nevertheless, a great run here at Sonoma. We want to thank our sponsors for making this possible every single week. Red Rocket Building and Barbecue. Make sure y'all go check them out. Butt Kicker and Bluegrass Power Washing. All of these sponsors allow us to come here and race every single week, so we cannot really thank them enough. They do so much with helping out with the league. Can't thank Jason Collins enough for allowing us to come out here every single week and race. It's always a blast to come out here and race with all the viewers out here. Thank y'all so much. Make sure you hit a thumbs up. It's so much fun talking to you guys, getting a broadcast for y'all. So, again, hope that y'all enjoyed the race tonight. And make sure that y'all tune in tomorrow night. We're going to be back here at Sonoma for the Bluegrass Iracing Cup Series, live with Steve McMillan. So make sure that y'all come in and check out the race. We're going to have a lot of action, a lot of our best in the league go at it here at Sonoma. So, other than that, I will see you next week, next Monday, in the Bluegrass Iracing Truck Series. But again, thanks for coming and tuning in for the Xfinity Series. We'll see you back on here tomorrow night.